Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all of you tarot and astrology fans out there. This is David with Tarot and Astrology for All. Let me go ahead and move my camera around just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's where it's good. All right, so for those of you guys who are asking questions, the readings for all the signs are going to be out soon. I thought I had released a video explaining my move, but guess not, but that video is out there now. Very short explanation as to what's been happening these last couple weeks. Why I haven't been putting out daily readings for the last two weeks. And also the readings will be out soon, guys, so you guys be on the lookout for those. I already have the Libra reading done. I just need to go ahead and edit the video as I would like to edit it. New things coming to Tarot and Astrology for All, just injecting some creativity into it and all. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and draw the card of the day for you guys today. Let's see what the Faerie oracles have to impart on us today. Let's see what the story is. All right. Himself in the reverse. All right. Let's see. And you the slow. All right, so the same. Honestly, it's the same kind of storyline as far as Libra goes. So maybe something with the Libra reading is going to have to do with something having to do today. So let's look at himself. This is the card that was drawn. It was drawn in the reverse, and the card at the bottom is you slow in the upright. So let's see what's going on here. Let's read any card that himself comes out with is usually a card that is it's a card to describe oneself, the energies of oneself, the energies that are connected to the crown chakra, the third eye, and the heart. So these are it's somewhat of a spiritual concept, but it goes far beyond that. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and take the top card off right here. Oh, see, Soul Shrinker. All right, Soul Shrinker in the reverse. This gives us a little bit more information. All right, so let's look at himself in the reverse, and then we look at the Soul Shrinker. And actually, I'm glad that the Soul Shrinker came out, because a lot of the times we get cards like Luminous Doom in the reverse, things like that, and Luminous Doom is connected to the Soul Shrinker. So let's go ahead and do himself in the reverse. All right, so it's about natural law, life force, magic, and shamanic powers. Now, known as himself, the Side, something like that. I don't know how you guys would pronounce it, but it is right there. Side, something like that. I don't know. Is guardian of both the hunter and the hunted, and finds no conflict in that because he understands the many necessary balances of nature. The living bond between all life, himself is the breath that moves, the atom that dances, and his magic is in pure being, living, loving. Ooh, that's interesting. Owengus, the journeyman, and the master maker have the magic of doing, of the creation of things. The bright mother, which is the card before this, has the magic of manifesting and nurturing, but himself, he has the magic of procreation, of dancing the spark of life into being, and his presence brings magic and life into a world where it is shaped and given form by Earth Mother. He dances as the bright mother gives us birth, powering us into the world. He is the great father. Oh, okay. And at the other end of our lives, he is the one who dances the great dance of life and death. Ooh, so it kind of reminds me of Pluto. And it is himself who, when the piper plays his lonely call on the wave-swept shores at year's end, dances open the gate between the worlds so that the dead may pass beyond. It is also he who is willing to sacrifice himself when that is necessary for the sake of those whom he protects. In between those two extremes, his wild yang energy, so now we're dealing with yang energy today, is channeled through humans to benefit tribe and family. His family is all of us, human and animal. Shamans draw Shamans draw upon his power, and the best healers channel a balance between his power and the bright mother's nurturing energy. Ooh, it's right in the middle of that. Even as our hearts beat between, even as our heart beats within us, we learn to meditate. Wait, even as our hearts beat within us, we learn to mediate the life force through joyful being and action. Expression or expressing this powerful energy through healing and love and trust, we become more like himself. Oh, okay. So when himself appears in the card spread, he is not only indicating that there's a great amount of energy that is present in the reading, but also strongly energizes the fairy cards around him. So we drew on the Soul Shrinker in the reverse that came right after himself, and we also have you, the Slow, at the bottom of the deck. So in reverse, the energy of himself is being blocked. So whatever this transformative energy is being blocked, and it might leave you feeling limp, it might leave you feeling lifeless, it might leave you feeling like you don't have the energy to transform something from one thing to another, and that is it's basically a twisted way to live. Now, there may also be depression, either physical or emotional. Energy may be locked into obsessions or may swing from blocked to out of control. This twisted life or strength and or authority may be misused and as arrogant aggressiveness or violence towards others. When this card is reversed in a reading, careful and prayerful consideration needs to be given to how the energy can be rechanneled into its naturally creative and protective mode. Now, at worst, this potential energy becomes a force for war, oppression, and domination. The very worst is when brutality or twisted sexuality is turned on the very persons this energy within us should be protecting. As with all the seed powers, what has great potential for good can also have great potential for destruction. Volcanic release may occur. So explosions, things like that. Those are things that are attributed to himself when that energy is not in balance. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Soul Shrinker in the reverse, because we're going to go ahead and draw a lot of necessary explanation behind this type of energy through this. So the Soul Shrinker obviously is about cruelty. It's about malice, gossip, things like that. Basically, things we tell other people or the things that we may tell ourselves. And in the reading, as this comes up to in reverse, there are two important things about malicious gossip: unnecessary criticism, verbal cruelty, sarcasm, and scoring off of others. One is that it demeans the speaker, makes him less, makes his aura darker, and encourages the behavior as a habit, continually eroding the brightness and potential goodness of the speaker. It makes him less, and the other important thing is that this is a way that we actually curse others. So, if we're dealing with the Soul Shrinker in the reverse, it's talking about malicious, vicious gossip and cruelty that are occurring somewhere in the situation, cursing the people involved. So it appears it's not just the other person that's being cursed, but it's also us too. That's the power of words. So the best way to change this is to begin scattering blessings, thank yous, positive feedbacks, and kind words in all directions. It helps if there are a lot. It helps a lot if they are actually meant. So the energy of himself, if we're to take this in conjunction with you, the Slow, it's talking about cycles of time. It's talking about being patient, being slow in whatever it is that you're doing, and understanding the flow of things. Because when it comes to understanding the flow of life, you can't be going too fast. You got to take it slow, and you have to understand what the main concepts of your life are, understanding the flow and understanding where your life is headed, that allows you to have that patience. And also when it comes to himself, because himself is generating the energy for the potential of all of these cards, we have to follow the natural life force or the natural movement of the life force of life itself. And when Gyu the Slow is there, basically it's time to face a lot of the facts that we're not basically understanding about ourselves. But At the same time, we have to sit back in our chairs and think a little bit. Actually, that's been the energy of the last 2 weeks. Is being able to just sit by yourself, being able to understand what energy is coming to you, being able to do things like meditation, candle gazing, qigong, breathing exercises, everything that can help bring you to your center. And that's basically what this energy is telling you. The energy of 8, the energies of 10, and the energies of 7. So 7, 8, and 10. Sevens are about understanding the process that's going on. It's about revisions. It's about rethinking your plans if necessary. 8 is basically the energies of abundance. So this actually comes off of the energy of understanding what it is that you're doing and understanding why these things are happening, right? That's the 7 energy, intuition, following your intuitive notions. The fact that 55 is here is letting you know that basically whatever your future is can actually change, and it's all based on your perception. Your perception, if it says, hey, I already expect things to go bad, well then obviously things are going to go bad because that's where your mindset is. However, there are some of you that are holding back energy that is necessary in order for these changes to take place. And that's actually what's causing this energy blockage, is the things that are going on in here and the things that are going on in here. So with that, I would say go ahead and take a second to sit by yourself. Take a second to understand what's going on in your life. Understand the basic concepts, but also understand the fundamental values that you hold within yourself, because that is going to be a necessary aspect of what causes you to make your decisions, but what also causes you to move forward as well. So with that, that is the card reading for the Fairies Oracles. If you guys find this information helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. Share it if you guys feel like it could be shared with somebody else that can help them. And then also hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you guys can receive these videos right when they come out. Make sure that if you guys are already subscribed, make sure that it's that you guys are still subscribed, because YouTube be doing some weird stuff with that. With that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. The next one is going to be the Rider Tarot Waite and then the Animal Spirit deck at the end of that. So be on the lookout for that. I am going to go ahead and use the restroom real quick, and then I'll be back with these other cards. You guys take care, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.